Okay, welcome aboard the Tech Genius _XY. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell for your passport to programming in English and Hausa. So let's start with our presentation. Thank you for joining us. So our topic of today, which is lesson 2, we are going to introduce comprehensive guide to syntax, semantics, data type, and variable assignments, which are the basics way to learn Python. So before we go deep into this course, this will be our main focus, what you are going to achieve for today. So our lesson for today, you are going to understand a core syntax and semantics as part of your what you are going to take away from here. So, and objective 2, you are going to explore the data type. You are going to know so much about data type, how to assign variable, and the last one, which we want you to learn, you should be able to do all this yourself. So you should be able to carry out a small task at the end of this presentation, which will be assigned to the video. So what is Python syntax? In simple definition, the rule that describe valid combination of Python symbols, that is syntax. So don't forget that. And what is semantics? Semantics simply means the meaning of combination of Python symbol in an instruction or encoding. So let's use our interpreter and run these definitions. So syntax said the valid combination of Python symbols. So let's say the Python symbols for printing simply means print the word print, then follow the bracket, the opening two brackets, open and close. Then in between, whatever input you want to pass depend on the data type. If the data type is string, we have data type string, we have integer, we have float, we have list, we have tuple, we have dictionaries, and you can also build your own customized data type. So we are coming to that gradually. So in simple notes, we are going to spend most of our time in this interpreter, this window, so that we will explain all the other presentation. Then we'll just quickly go through those presentations. So without wasting time, let's start practicing. So we know the valid combination of Python symbol. That is what syntax means. That is the meaning of syntax. So I'm going to remove the first bracket and let's see what will happen. You can see there is this underline red line that is showing something is changing in our program. So this underline is telling you there is an error in your coding or in your program. So let's run and see what type of error is going to show. So this type of error is syntax. So like we said, the valid combination of symbols, that is Python symbols, so it's not correct. Just because of one command in number 2, we are running into error. The others the program crash. The others line is not even running, is not executed, even though it's correct. So now let's comment this out. How do you comment? And let's see what is the use of this comment. So commenting means you don't want to exit, you want to skip that part of code. You want to skip, you don't want to run it. So by using the hash, you can see it has changed color. It's been is no more showing like those color that it has at the beginning. So it has been change color. So let's run it again. Let's run our, you see the other command are now running, the other program runs. So now for us to correct that first syntax error that we have, let's see what is complaining. These brackets, we have opening brackets, but we don't have the closing bracket, so we need to put that back. So now let's run and see if the program is going to crash. Our program did not crash, it's giving us the same output. So Tech Genius is welcoming all of you. So this is basic Python syntax that we are talking about. So the same thing applies to all. If you are declaring a variable, this variable, we want to talk about variable assignment. So variable assignment simply means storing a value. So like we said, depending on the data type you are using, depending on the variable name you wish to give. So for this, we am assigning A, I'm assigning 2 to A, and I'm assigning 6 to B. So this simply tells the compiler this is in numbers. So if I put decimal point here, so this type of data type is no more integer. It has turned to float. In decimal number that has decimal, we call it float. And that is basic about that. So like the data type, we talk about the integer, the string, and the string is this all this one in quotation, either in double quotation. The string data type has to deal with the character, the alphabetic word, the 2-letter word, 3-letter word, combination of letters in any languages. It must go in strings in Python. So that is what, and in each data type we have inbuilt function which we call method. So there is for integer, there is for string, there is for double. They all have special tools that you can use to work efficiently. So we are going to talk about those gradually. So after that, we are going to talk about variable naming convention. So how do you want to define, how do you want to assign in a variable? How do you must think of a name that is going to be the same with your program. So for example, now I want to print out my first name and last name. So, and I want to have the full name. So you can see I'm giving a very good naming convention. You can either write it in camel casing, or you can write it in small in lowercase with underscore. So another syntax error is in naming convention. Let me give space in between this first and name. You can see first space name. So this space that I'm giving is no more a variable, because the compiler, the interpreter is going to think about whether it's two different variables, and it's not. This is data type of string. So invalid syntax. You by hovering on the beside the syntax, the string, I'm having invalid syntax. So that is telling you something is not going well in your program. So by using the underscore or camel casing, we are going to correct this. So that is simple about it. So you can see now you have first name. We are storing your first name as John and last name as Do. So the full name, we have what you call concatenation, string concatenation. So by using the first name plus, you are concatenating, you are adding to the last name. That is just this plus means concatenation in string. It doesn't mean you have to plus just like 1 plus 1. No, it means you are going to join them, concatenate the string together. So, and this empty string, it means a space. You are given a space. You can either put dash or whatever you want in between, so that doesn't change anything. So how do you print this full name after this? So by calling the print function, it's easy. Just call the print function, then pass the name of the variable, which is full name. So that is you can see is, let's run this code and see what is going to happen. So you can see the name is, I was putting John Doe, so that is easy. So that is basic about that. I think that is all for today. We are going to see in our next lesson. Let's quickly dive to our last part of the presentation. And so we'll talk about this data type and the interpreter, variable assignment, Python number. We've talked about string, we have talked about list, and the slide will be available at the end of the video. So your assignment is going to be this. So I would like you guys to go through this and try and bring up your solution and submit it through the Discord channel, or you can if you run into any problem, you can drop your question in comment section. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day. We welcome all of you. Thank you.